Hello garden friends. I just realized I still have my Christmas stuff hanging out behind me. So it took me forever just to get this set up to do this live. This is why I don't do this anymore very often, but I have a lot of potatoes to go through and chit my potatoes. It's a super cold day here and I have about an hour before I start teaching, hour and a half. So I finally have time to sit here and chit chat with my gardening friends and whoever, my YouTube friends, come to say hi. And I'll show you what I picked up. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know if you guys love onions, but I went to my local feed store, picked up some onions and some potatoes. So I am just gonna be pulling out. I bought 4 pounds of red, 4 pounds of white, 4 pounds of yellow potatoes. And I'm just gonna be sitting here and chitting the potatoes and talking about potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump these out. Oh, kind of dirty. So I'm gonna start with the red ones. I'll show you what 4 pounds of potatoes looks like. So that's 4 pounds of red potatoes, and they have pretty good sprouts starting on them. And then I picked up lots of good looking yellow onions, and red are my favorite. I probably should have got 2. I love red onions, and I got some white onions. So these are just Bonnie plants. They say they're Texas onions, but just went to my local feed store. So I've got 4, 8, 12 pounds of potatoes, and this is just the red ones. So if you are a potato grower, or a wannabe potato grower, sorry guys, trying to get this set up right, do tell me, do you plant your potatoes whole? Some people will just throw this whole thing in there, and I'll tell you why I don't. Where we live in Louisiana, in zone 8A, northwest Louisiana, it's really moist, so we will get a ton of rain when we get rain. So it's better for me if I do just chit my potatoes. So I just cut off that sprout, and then I'm gonna place that face up, and I'm gonna let him sit out for 3-4 days, and I just set them in this face up and let them dry so that they don't mold, because that's another issue we have here. So if I don't get my potatoes out of the ground at the right time when they're ready, they will get moldy. So let me see, I don't know if I can see the chat. Okay, say hi if you are here. I can hopefully see your chat when it comes by. So I'm probably just gonna cut this one in 3 pieces because I see 3 pretty good sprouts on it. So I cut that one off. And this one has a little sprout here and a little one here. I could cut that smaller, but I might not. But yeah, I've tried both ways. I've tried to put them in the ground. It's trying to call me. I've tried to put them in the ground, and I've tried to plant them whole, and then they ended up totally rotting. And so I got more potatoes, but the original potato itself started rotting. So that is not what I want to do. So let's see. Why is it wanting me to sign in? I'm trying to see if I can see my own video so I can see chat. So tell me, is it time to plant potatoes and onions where you live? Hopefully my husband doesn't get mad that I didn't answer his phone call. He calls me a lot. He's at the coffee truck. I just got back from the coffee truck. So there's another nice sprout on that one. Put that here. Let's see. This one doesn't really seem to have much, but something will sprout out of that. I think I'm gonna cut this into 2 pieces. Hey, hey, Kiki, how are you? Urban Girl Gardening Life. Good to see you. All right, cool. I'm gonna try to watch my own video here to see. Oh my goodness, that looks weird. To make sure that I can see all of your chats. Got it. I haven't done this in so long, so sprout on this one. Ooh. Is it super unclear? It kind of looks unclear. Let me know how the clearance is on this, guys, because I'm just doing it from my phone. Nice to see you too. So these onions that I got are looking so beautiful. Good afternoon, Orlando Gardner. Long time no see. Okay. So yeah, onions smelling good, and I'm just cutting up these potatoes. And I was saying it just gets so moist here that I gotta chip my potatoes. And it's super cold out today. It's a little blurry. That's okay. It's all good. That's another reason I don't do lives very often, because I'm an online teacher whose internet connection is kind of wonky. But for my classes, it's fine. But anyways, yeah, it's cold today, super cold, and I decided I was gonna stop by and pick up my potatoes. It's funny because my husband was doing this betting thing, because sports betting is legal in Louisiana now, and he's like, "Can I spend 40 bucks on, sports betting?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I was like, "I'm gonna go spend 40 bucks at the local feed store and get some potatoes and some onions," because I saw my own video, and it was like, I was doing this last year at this time. So here's a couple more. What's cold? It's like 30, 34 and dropping. So it's gonna be in the freezing. We get in the 20s here. In winter we get in the 20s, and sometimes the teens, but not too bad. I don't like cold. I'm not a big fan. Yeah. Not like you guys. I know, let's see, I know Kiki's in like New York or something, and Orlando Gardner, of course, is in Orlando. So you guys are all warm. Well, he's warm growing those mangoes. Jealous. I'm jealous. Okay, so here's a weird one. It's just got that one little nubby thing. Kiki said she's over winter. Yeah. I was born over winter. I was raised in Hawaii. I don't know how to do winter. So yeah, I just figured I would come on and say hey. And I haven't been doing a lot of YouTube. I try to keep up here and there, but I don't stress about it. Soon enough, summer will be here, and I'll be setting up the pool and messing stuff up, making videos about my mess ups. So yeah. What are y'all's favorite potatoes? Yes, New York, I remembered. Yay! I like golden potatoes. I also like red potatoes, but I'm a big fan of like the non-regular potato. So I'm gonna chit this one even though I don't see any sprout, and see what happens. Just got above freezing in New York after 2 months. Oh my goodness, girl, you need to move south. I couldn't do it. Luckily, my husband feels the same way about cold, so we can at least agree that Louisiana is a perfect temperature for us. Red potatoes, you like red potatoes? Yeah, me too. I love them in a crawfish boil. The crawfish are really small here right now because of the cold weather, but we did get to have some crawfish the other night. That was good, spicy. We got to go to this thing. I don't know if you guys saw my video, but we did a thing where we were in the background of a HGTV thing. So we got to hang out with other food truck people, and that was so cool. There's a girl who does tacos, and there's a pizza truck, and there's a guy who does boiled seafood, and it was just so neat to like hang out with food truck people. Great to catch you. Hello, Modern Girl Graphics. Kiki said she's moving west to California. Yay! Northern or southern? I lived in Northern California. It's like two totally different worlds. It's almost like Louisiana, where North and South Louisiana is very different. the food's different, the culture's different, but I like both. I like Northern California. That's more my jam. But awesome. Southeast Louisiana. Cool. Are you doing potatoes and onions down there yet in South Louisiana? Southeast. So that's close to New Orleans, right? Do you follow T-Nog, the New Orleans gardener? Of course you do, right? Miss Linda, she's the best. Whoop, I'm almost done with these red potatoes, and I'll show you guys how many pieces that I'm getting off of just 4 pounds. Garden State Gardener. Is that Joe? Hello, Garden State Gardener. Thanks for coming, guys. Just doing these potatoes. Here's another one with just one little sprout. So do you guys do this to your potatoes? Do you cut them or do you just throw them in whole? We'll plant potatoes on Valentine's Day. Oh, cool. That's coming up. I will. I'm throwing them on the ground. I will probably have mine ready. Look at my hands. Love it. Love getting my hands a little dirty. Okay, so here is what I got from 4 pounds of red potatoes. And I didn't cut them all that small. I could probably cut this one again. But just to let them dry out so that they don't, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? So they don't mold in the ground, rot. So I've just got my kitchen trays. I'm gonna get another one. Go in here. Yes, I follow her. Live 50 miles north of New Orleans. Okay, cool. We are about 5 hours north. But it's our favorite spot to go when we have time for a little mini vacay. Okay, so these look like the yellow potatoes, or they could be the white potatoes. They look kind of similar. Well, hello, Joe. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna dump out these potatoes. I'm just glad that it's time to do something. The garden is so dead, which is fine. It's been busy otherwise here, so it's nice to have a break. But the garden is my place of, you know, refuge, you know, so to speak. So I miss having a reason to go out there and mess around with my garden. These aren't as sprouty. This one has quite a few sprouts on it. They're not as sprouty as the red ones were. And I love going to my local feed store. The lady who there said she used to live in San Francisco and Oakland area. So we were chatting about California too. Of course, and I was like, well, are you a Warriors fan? She's like, of course. How could you not be a Warriors fan? So that was cool. We'd like to go back to San Francisco sometime soon. My garden is still under snow. It's been depressing. I know, right? And even when you can start things indoors, I mean, that helps, but I just love being outside. I know you do too. But we need the rest. We do. We need the time to just not always be doing all that. And I always feel like, oh, I need to be filming this. And then lately in the past year, I've been like, well, I'm just going to go out there and do my thing and not film, because it's just takes a lot sometimes to film. I got to make sure my hair's not looking crazy, and I don't, sometimes, you know, it's not about that. It's about the peace that you find out there in the garden. So yeah, it's raining out there. I've got my plants here behind me. My hibiscus looks a little rough, but she keeps blossoming. She's about to blossom again. There's one here and one here, but they are going to have to share this space soon because I'm going to bring in some plants. But I've got a little avocado tree right here, a little triple avocado tree, and my lavender is hanging in there, my first ever lavender from seed that I started last spring. So I do want to start some more flowers inside, because I feel like that's really helpful for me. When my flowers get about this big, then I can transplant them and I have a lot more success. And then I have flowers everywhere because I can just pop them in and they're already started, you know. Yeah, sometimes filming can take the fun out of it, and I never want it to be a job or it to feel like something I have to do. I feel like people will be able to sense that, you know, if it becomes a job. So yeah, anyways, hope the quality is okay on this video. These have the tiniest little sprouts, super tiny. Yeah, so what's next? Potatoes, onions. The garlic is the only thing that's alive in my garden right now. Everything else just took a really hard hit. I have one Brussels sprout plant that's alive, but I don't know. It's probably gonna get hot so fast. I don't know. I might have to harvest them when they're little and just eat little Brussels sprouts. Because last year we got covered in snow right before they were ready, and I was so sad. I was so sad because I've been trying and trying for Brussels sprouts, and I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. Will you be winter sowing? I'm gonna do that this year so I don't have so many starts everywhere. So winter sowing, I see that. I see that everywhere. Esther's Garden does that. So that's like in a milk jug. The weather, honestly, the weather's so weird here, Kiki, that it's like, it's hot one day and cold the next, and I feel like my plants, if they were inside those little milk jugs, they would be mad at me. So I don't think I'll do winter sowing, but that is really cool, and I love seeing that work for people. I do use the milk jugs to like cover my little tomatoes when if we get a cold snap. I'll cover my tomatoes with a milk jug, and that worked last year. It really did. I guess I'm just gonna leave that one. I'm almost done with this next 4 pounds. All right, my Louisiana friend said, raining buckets here today. Looking forward to starting my veggies soon. I could never film myself. I'd get all thumbs down. No, don't say that. Brussels are hanging in there, still have turnips and kale. I wish I had kale. My kale took a beating, and it usually is a beast and just takes a beating and keeps on going. So I'm really sad to not have my greens in winter, but it is what it is. You know, the garden is like life. You gotta take what happens and make the best of it, right? You still have a lot of winter left. Oh, girl. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do in your area for sure. But I love your videos. So if you guys don't follow Kiki or Urban Girl Gardening and Lifestyle, you gotta follow her. And Modern Girl Graphics, you should make some videos. Listen, I started making videos, just took my phone out, not my face, and just filmed my garden, and I'm just so glad to have that footage. Like, oh, look what we were doing 5 years ago, and look how much bigger our garden has gotten. And you know, you never know if people are gonna watch. You really don't. I started, of course, with less than 100 subscribers, and then just started making friends. But if you don't want to, don't do it. But I'm just saying, don't worry about those thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Okay, I finished this 4 pounds. These look like the yellow potatoes. They're pretty yellow, and some of these don't have any sprouts on them, but I'm just gonna cut them up, throw them in the ground anyways. Okay, second tray ready to go. And I'm really not sure if you guys have any tips. If you buy your onions like this, I'm probably just gonna keep them. They're wet because they were outside at the store, but I'm probably going to. They smell so good, I just want to eat them. I'm probably just going to keep them out, you know, until it's time to plant them. I have some seaweed wrappers that are like not fresh anymore for sushi, and I might soak those in some water to make like a little seaweed water to help give my plants a little boost. That's something you can do with garlic, and I figure it can't hurt, right? Let's see, I've got one more bag. I'm gonna stay live until I finish this. Garden State Gardener loves Urban Girl Gardening and Lifestyle and her passion for gardening and helping others. Yes! I know, I feel like if I could encourage someone to start a garden, that would just make my day, you know? Because when I started, I didn't have money to buy seed starting potting mix, so I just put my stuff right in the ground. Miss Linda T-Dog is here. I was talking about you because someone here is in Louisiana, Modern Girl Graphics, and I asked if she followed you because she's 50 miles outside of New Orleans. I'm so glad you're here, Miss Linda. How are you? You said you'd separate the onions so they don't mold or rot. Okay, good idea. I'll just kind of open them up and lay them out. That's a good idea because they're kind of wet. Garden State Gardener said, I just found a bundle of onions, got them 2 years ago. Do you think they would still grow? They're still alive? Well, try, right? Why? You're great. Oh, I miss you. We've been talking about going down to New Orleans just because we really need a getaway, and that's our close little getaway. So thanks for coming, Miss Linda. What I'm doing is I'm just chitting these potatoes. So these are the white potatoes, and these are what their sprouts look like. But what do you guys think for Garden State Gardener? Do you think those onions would grow for Joe? Grow for Joe. I am gonna put some of these in grow bags, Miss Linda. So I got some big grow bags, like 50-pound grow bags. I have like 4, and I'm gonna try because our ground gets so wet that all the potatoes get all weird and mushy. So I think the grow bags will help, you know, let the water out so they won't just be sitting in the water. So hopefully that'll help. And you know, I just try again, you know. I gotta come see New Orleans Gardener and how her Brussels sprout is growing. It looks like it was going good, and I'm jealous. I'm green with envy now. I can't wait to see her make a meal with those Brussels sprouts because I love Brussels sprouts. Who knew, right? Who knew how delicious they could be if you just cooked them right? You think the grow bags will be good? I think so too. I think I've been wanting to try potatoes in something, but all I had was like buckets, and I just needed something with really good drainage. So I think that'll be good. So do you guys do this to your potatoes? Do you cut them, chit them? Yeah. I think I'm running out of things to say. Hello, web shooter. Gonna be a fun experiment. Yeah, why not, right? I mean, plants are so amazing. I mean, you guys know if you follow like Rare Seeds, how they can find seeds that are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and they can grow those seeds and bring that back, and that's amazing. So some of these potatoes have little tiny, I don't know if you can see, a little green right there. My quality's not so good, but there's a little bit of green. So I'm gonna use that. Hopefully that'll sprout. Check out my spread so far, you guys. Oh my goodness. Miss Linda, you're not lying. Everything tastes better when you grow it yourself. It makes me eat it because I'm like, well, I gotta eat this. I grew it, so here we go. And it makes me eat healthier. I absolutely love watching Miss Linda make a lunch out of her garden food. It's so inspiring. So here's about the size that I'm doing. Hey, Homestead Rewind. Hello. I forgot your first name. How's it going on the homestead, in the trailer? Are you working on the house yet? I'm sure it's winter time, so not really building in the winter time, but I'm sorry, I'm so behind on everybody's videos. Life has been awesomely busy. So tell me how you are. You harvested your Brussels sprouts for Thanksgiving. They were delicious. Apple cider glaze with pancetta. Ooh, that's awesome. Yep, we can start tomatoes soon. I try not to start too soon because then I have to transplant them up because I hate having them in the tiny containers. I feel like a bad plant mom. But yeah, it's time. It's almost time, which is crazy. My kids were virtual until just recently, and Ooh, they were driving me crazy. I'm so glad they're back to school. All they would do is argue with each other. So now they're so happy to be back in school, and Mama's happy because I can put them on the bus and go do the coffee thing in the morning, the coffee truck. I hope you guys check out my latest video about the coffee truck. We got to be in the background of HGTV, so that was really neat. There are like no sprouts on this one, nothing. But I'm gonna cut it and hope that I get some sprouting starting. That is it, I'm done. Ooh, my hand hurts. But anyway, so I go to the coffee truck and then I come home, and I usually have about an hour and a half before I start teaching, and I teach 12:30 to 5. So I've been crazy. I've been crazy. Okay, here's what I got. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo these, and I'll probably just lay them out on one of these mini bags that I got. Kiki said, I'm not rushing my tomatoes and peppers this year. I started some in February and some in April, and the April starts caught right up with the February starts. Yeah, I do feel like I agree. Like, personally, I was a seed to soil person. Like, no, I didn't start anything inside, but with tomatoes and peppers, of course, it's good to start inside, and I've learned that, and flowers. But I feel like with so much time inside and in those containers, there's just more room for error or stunting, or, you know, and I'm worried about them. Are they okay? So if I can wait a little while, I think I'm going to. But not too long. But I have you guys to remind me it's time, it's time. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna unbundle these beautiful onions. Oh, you love my coffee truck? Thank you. We're running a Joey B special drink this week. My husband, of course, is super excited about Joey B. And then we're gonna do a king cake latte, because we have cinnamon roll syrup that we make, and then we have cake batter syrup. So I'm thinking about combining those and doing a king cake latte. Although, don't hate me, but I really don't like king cake. But everybody here likes king cake. I tried it. I would just rather have a cinnamon roll. So, you know, just because you live somewhere doesn't mean you have to pretend you like something to fit in, okay? But I don't like it. It's gross. It's too hard. Maybe I never had a good one. Maybe I never had a legit king cake. I don't know. Homestead Rewind said, what'd you say? You haven't been posting. Things have been pretty crazy. I hope you're doing well. Good crazy? Homestead Rewind said, I have potatoes sprouting in my cabinet. Just keeping them on St. Patrick's Day. I forgot where you guys are. Like Tennessee or something? I forget. The plants know what to do. That's right. That's right. And so I feel like when they're in their natural habitat, in the sun and in the soil, it's just the best. And it's the easiest. I'm the easy, natural gardener. Give me easy, give me natural. I'm all in for that. Bye, Kiki. Thank you for coming by. You're awesome. See? Yum king cake latte. Yeah. It's going to be good, though. But our cinnamon roll syrup that we make with real cinnamon sticks and vanilla. It's so good. Yes, I think I'll come down and get a real king cake sometime. Hello, Luann. How are you? Good to see you here. Homestead Rewind's in Missouri. Okay, so St. Patrick's Day planting in Missouri. You're not that far from me. You know, Missouri, it's like Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri. Obviously, you know that. But that is probably a big change in the zones. Yay. Well, thank you guys for coming by. I just wanted to see who I could say hi to, and don't have time to film a video, and like I said, if I'm not feeling it, I don't film. So yeah, thank you for coming to say hi to me. I hope that you're enjoying the weather, whatever it's like. I guess I need to take down my Christmas decorations. My chickens, I've been letting my chickens out, letting them run around. They're still not laying eggs. but it's okay because I've been, you know, I get all their droppings, and I've been saving that, and I have some of it on the garden, just sitting and baking on the garden. So they're still providing for me. But I did stop feeding them organic food because you're not giving me eggs, I'm not giving you organic food, okay? It's too expensive. Thank you for coming, Modern Girl Graphics. Thank you for coming, T-Nog. You're the best. Mwah. Yay. Yeah, check out my coffee truck video if you want. I just did a little behind the scenes. We couldn't reveal a lot because nobody else is saying anything about the HGTV reveal. I guess the show comes out in April. So I said something on YouTube, but not on our social media as much. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for coming by, and give me a thumbs up on your way out. I'm gonna go put these near a window and let my potatoes get nice and cured and lay out these onions. So yay, I love you too, Miss Linda. Mwah. All right, everyone, have a great day. I'm like really tall for the screen. Happy growing. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.